Well, there's only one thing better than the September international break, and that's the October international break. Welcome to the Kicking Off Football podcast. My name is Blair. I am joined by my former boss, now current co-host, Ben Valentine. Right, Ben?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Nice one. And I'm joined by my very good friend, Joe. How are you going, Joe?
Not too bad at all this evening. How about you?
Steelers.
Yes, up the Steelers. I'm hoping they've still won.
Yeah, it could have been a massive capitulation if not.
I'll be crying after this if so.
Where are they in the league playoff table, whatever it's called?
in our division, we're top. We're top in our division, and I think we're like third in conference standings at the minute as well. So doing pretty well. I did not expect it, so it's nice to see. I expect us to have a bit of a horrendous season, to be fair, but everything seems to be sort of ticking along nicely at the minute.
When's the Super Bowl? February, isn't it?
Yeah, February. About the due date, actually. So that's going to be fun. But yes.
Perfect for paternity leave, though, isn't it?
If it happens before, yeah.
True, if it happens before, yeah. But we'll see. I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. We're still shit. We're just not as shit as normal. So that's good.
But England played Wales in a friendly. People can argue saying there's no such thing as a friendly between England and Wales, England, Scotland, etc., etc. But they're moaning about playing too many games. They're moaning about tiredness. You just don't need a friendly, do we? We're playing Latvia tomorrow night. Tuesday night in a competitive game in a qualifier. Is Tuchel really going to learn much about his squad and the way he's going to play in the summer in the World Cup in a friendly against Wales? And half of his team is probably going to play in the summer he didn't even pick, or they've got injuries in brackets, well, in bunny ears, whatever you want to call it, because the clubs are saying, yeah, he's not playing for this tournament, these friendlies this week. What do you think, Ben?
Well, I think it's not needed, and they constantly complain, don't the international managers? Well, not complain, but they always suggest that they don't get a lot of time with the players because they get like one training session game, then travelling, then one training session game, and that's it. Would it not be more beneficial for them to just have a longer camp if you've got to play the one game so they can have a few days together on the training ground than going into games? But obviously the FA want to make money as well, so they're going to push as many games out as they can. Well, yeah, like you say, it's not ideal, and you'll get your standard injuries for the people who can't be arsed travelling and going away that happen. Yeah, but it's not for me. I do like international tournaments. And unfortunately for England, I don't really enjoy the qualifying because it's fucking a given, isn't it? More or less with the groups you get put into, which it can't be changed, but it is what it is.
No, you've got to have sporting merit. You've got to get there by merit, but. Again, like I said, Joe, a friendly against Wales, it's just so needed. You don't need that game.
A lot of Ben said it's all about the tickets, isn't it? It's all about the money coming in. It's not about the players. Because if it was about the players, they wouldn't make them play as many games because everyone's tired apparently.
But I also don't think the friendlies should be at Wembley. I think that's your time to allow somewhere else in the UK who can't really, because Wembley's shit to get to and to get out of anyway. If you don't, even if you live in London, it's crap. So when other people are travelling, get it somewhere else. Get it up north. Take it to Newcastle or something. Who don't get to see England play a lot, and sell the tickets fairly cheap and get people there.
I'd love to see something like that. I think
maybe do smaller stadiums like Rotherham or something. Just.
Rotherham held the women's, didn't they?
Women's
Euros, and it was a success. Really, it went down really well. They had good fan zones and everything. And why not be able to do that for all the lower league clubs and bring them some more money into instead of just lining your own pockets at the end of the day.
Well, it was a while back. They used to use Villa Park a bit, didn't they, when they went to different places?
Yeah.
I can't remember where they went. Was it Villa Park last time they did it?
Yeah.
Then they played Nottingham. Yeah.
Oh, they played Forest
against Senegal. That was another friendly. Again, a friendly at the end of the season. Again, moaning about tiredness, congestion and stuff. I just don't think these friendlies prove anything. I don't think the coach learns anything about his players. I don't think he learns anything about the system he's going to use in a year's time. I just think it's a load of shite, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the team and how many of them are going to start realistically? And are they going to play in that same, the same positions? I think, did we have Conser at right back?
Yeah.
And you're just a bit like, well, he's not going to play there, is he, in tournament realistically, unless we desperately need him because of injuries.
I know
so it just feels...
He's been filling in there for Villa, hasn't he? But he's not a right back, is he?
So Tuchel's learned that he can play a Conser at right back if needed. Well, that's going to win us the World Cup, isn't it? Like, what? Yeah, I just find it hilarious. Like, if you're moaning about, and what else it does annoy me is like you see all the stats and all the records getting broken. Oh, they've made he's approaching the all-time caps for England and stuff. He's just when Harry Kane and Rooney beat the all-time goal scoring record, but when Lineker and that were playing, the friendlies weren't a thing. All these friendlies they're playing, they weren't a thing. So it's like you've got more games to just pad your stats up again when you're playing San Marino and stuff like that.
Yeah. I looked at I think it was up until the end of our qualifying and from before, I think it was the entire 2024 and 2025, and it was something ridiculous like the hardest team we played were Senegal, and the rest were Andorra, Latvia, all these different teams. You just think...
And Senegal beat us.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. What more do I need to say on that one?
Senegal hammered them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I just find it so. And no, I don't think anyone's bothered. You're playing Wales, and I know for a fact in my teens that would have been spoke about in the schoolyard or at college. We're playing Wales tonight. You're watching it. Yeah, I can't wait. Let's get some beers in. Obviously not when I was at school. But, when I was in college, we'll grab some beers. Or me and Joe were good at pub and we'd watch England against bloody Sweden or whatever. Nah, England are playing the friendly. I couldn't care at all.
Feels like a chore, doesn't it, to watch it?
Yeah. You watched it. You watched it for us, you two. I didn't watch it. I've got better things to do. Tell me about it. How did we play? I mean, I know Saka scored, and I did think we're looking to have him.
He scored a blinding goal, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think pretty one-sided. We actually played some good football for a change. But 2 of his goals came from set pieces, and then obviously one bit of class from Saka. But when you get Saka 15 yards of space in box, it's not going to go well on his favoured foot as well. But no, I thought we actually played good football on the most part in that, and they didn't have very many chances. So I think the system, putting quotations, worked. When I see sort of Anderson get more minutes and things, because I think he's probably one of our better midfielders going into this next tournament. But no, it definitely was a lot better than the last game we watched in September. So that's a promising one.
But I think the key... Sorry, mate, I was just going to say, the key for me, really, was the fact, and I think where the start of the game's intensity came from, is the amount of people that we did have to change. I think that's why he did. Were in the team. And I think they want to go to the World Cup. I think when you get a full team playing these friendlies and you've got Harry Kane up front and it's no dig at them because we'd all do it. It would feel like a chore to them. They know they're going to the World Cup. They don't need to work hard. They can't be arsed with a friendly. But there was plenty of people in that team that had to put in a performance to say, I'm in shout to go, please. Please look at me. I want to impress. But I was very impressed with Elliot Anderson. I think he's fantastic, and I think he complements the midfield really well. And that's what I want to see Tuchel being brave with, because for a long time we've just tried to get the best footballers on the pitch. It's never worked, and it will never work. You have to find a really good balance with your team, and that might mean someone being extremely good on paper being left out.
Yeah.
But, if we get it right, however, I'll keep banging this drum until I see him start. I can't get my head around why Adam Wharton does not get called up for England.
He's very young. I'm sure his time will come, but I know what you're saying.
Well, I know he's very young, but, there's that many experienced people in that England camp. You aren't telling me we need to take Jordan Henderson because he says and does all the right things, because it's got nothing to do with his footballing ability.
Oh, no.
Because it's because he's past it, and he shouldn't be in and around England. Declan Rice, John Stones, Jordan Pickford, Harry Kane.
They're experienced enough players, aren't they?
Who else is in the England squad? There's a lot of experience, that should be driving the standards in training and making sure it's not dropping. That's what Henderson's there for. And to give him because he's been to a tournament before. As if these footballers don't play enough football and they need someone to go with them to be like, oh, this is what a tournament's like, boys. Sure, they can work it out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like John Stones only won like 5 Premier League titles. Oh.
I know, and I'm sure he is a good influence, but I'm not sure it's needed. I would much, and people can say what they want. Adam Wharton's only young, and like you say, his time will come. But
I don't know. Yamal was quite young. And he pretty much carried. Well, he carried Spain. That's a bit disrespectful to the rest of the team, but he really helped Spain win that Euros, the last Euros, didn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. But for me, when you watch Adam Wharton, even when he's playing against big teams and playing for Palace, he does not give that ball away.
Well, that FA Cup final last season.
Yeah, he dictates a game wherever he is, and I think Declan Rice just has to play further forward for England.
Yeah,
he can play. He can play in the 6. I just don't think he's particularly his strong point. He's much better out in the 8, higher up the pitch, and then whoever's in the 10 with him. And I'd either have Adam Wharton or Elliot Anderson doing that role, and nobody else.
Well, when you speak to a West Ham fan, will say, "Oh, Arsenal don't see the Declan Rice we see." At West Ham, Declan Rice had to do everything. Whereas at Arsenal, they pretty much said, "Look, you're really good at we just need to do this. Don't worry about getting back as much because we've got some pretty good centre halves." And Zubomendy stood there. Or Thomas Partey, who was stood there last season. So I think there is an element to that. Declan Rice is an exceptional footballer. I'm just looking at the lineup we had last. Who started? Morgan Rogers is a great little player, isn't he?
How good is he on the half turn?
Yeah,
he's so big, isn't he? That once he gets that ball and he gets his body in and drives away from you.
Do you think he starts in that number 10 role? But Harry Kane's been playing number 10 for Bayern this season, hasn't he? And they've been having Jackson up front, and then with Kane behind him, and Kane seems to be scoring. Well, it was Kane's record this season's insane.
It's ridiculous.
Company probably got sick of him just drifting there. Thought, oh fuck it, I'll just start you there.
Yeah, just stay there. Yeah. And I think with Jackson's running, I think it's really helping. Yes, I mean that Kane probably going to start there.
Kane's passing ability is phenomenal, though, isn't it? I understand why he dropped. I just wish he was faster so he could get back up with play once he's played that really good pass.
Yeah, to say how good he is at finishing and he can pass that ball so well as well, it's quite remarkable, really.
Can you imagine how good he'd be if he could run?
Well, I don't.
Phenomenal footballer. He's still very good now.
There's that argument, isn't it? It's like the Sam Allardyce thing. If he was called Sam Allardyce, or if it was Harry Kane, would we constantly be looking at Twitter going, "Oh, this guy, get him in from Spain or Germany. You need to get him in. He's the best striker in the world and stuff." I mean, his numbers at the moment are just speaking for volumes, and he does score a lot of pens. He does. But what is it? 19 goals in 17 games and 7 assists or something this season?
Yeah, he's not slowing down, is he?
No.
It's and if it is a little tactical change of him just dropping back a little bit to make them sort of last ditch runs into the box and gets on the end of stuff. Playing nice passes and stuff.
He's got a good head on him and all, hasn't he? A late header. He's got a really good head on him and all, hasn't he? So it's not like...
I think regardless of what he tampers with, Bellingham will play in the 10.
No, I mean, you play with Real Madrid.
He's got to, hasn't he?
Then people who don't watch Real Madrid week in, week out, which we don't, but if you're starting for Real Madrid, right, like, you're pretty good at football. Like, that is just a fact, right? And I think this season we're seeing, but Trent Arnold, maybe he was good at defending. Because ever since he's not at Liverpool anymore, they're getting murdered down that side. So, maybe. And, Joe's holding it in there, mate.
No.
Dirty rat.
Well, he's injured, isn't he, at the minute, so it's working out very well for him, let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But no, obviously, I think Bellingham probably does start. I can't really see a world where he doesn't.
I think the thing for Bellingham is that because he's different to other players, is when the game changes, all of a sudden you can just play with 2 8s because Bellingham can do any role in midfield. Yeah. So you've got that adaptability. The other players, like Cole Palmer, fabulous footballer, but you have to carry him defensively, don't you? He's not going to help you. You're struggling with that. But I do think it's very good, and I think those types of players you'll see Palmer coming on and impacting a lot of games, because when the space opens up and we need to maybe find a goal or whatever, it might be the time to bring him on. But I would imagine it's Bellingham.
England squad this summer is fucking frightening, really, isn't it? Like, I know we say it. I know we kind of say it a lot every summer. But this summer, there seems something special about this squad.
It's that circle, isn't it, of like that little bit of hype, that excitement, the disappointment, the hype. You just keep going back.
I don't know. I think maybe we just. But you can't knock Southgate too much, but maybe I just got bored of him. And I think that's what I'm actually kind of looking forward to the summer this time around. Whereas if it was Southgate in charge, I'd probably be like, yeah. I feel like I knew how it was going to end. We'll get to a semi-final, and then we'll lose, or we'll somehow scrape to the final, and then we'll just get smashed by whoever's good. And I do. I mean, they won't drop it this tournament. They need to drop the seeding thing. We saw it with Chelsea. Getting the easy side of the bracket and then getting in. Amount of time. I mean, under Southgate, England really got lucky, didn't they? The amount of easy routes we got to the semi-finals and finals.
The last two tournaments were very. They should have got where they got to, shouldn't they?
I mean, that one we got to the England one when we got to the final in England. We only played Germany, but it was a poor German team, weren't it?
Yeah, they were not in a good place at that moment in time, were they? But I tell you what, you've got to give Southgate a lot of credit because he had to turn around a right fucking pile of shit because they were in a right mess. There was no bonding going on. There was all these divisions in the camp, and he's completely fixed that, hasn't he? Which, as we can see at a lot of clubs and managers struggles with, is when things are going wrong, it is not easy to turn it around.
No. Right, we'll talk about the manager. We'll stay on the manager. Tuchel's come out after. There's been a few reports actually after the game. One was Tuchel's not enjoying it being England manager, and he wants to get back into club management. But I think he only signed on for a year, didn't he? I think he only signed on to do his tournament anyway.
Yeah.
And then the second point was he basically just moaned about the atmosphere. So we'll start with you, Ben, on the first point. Tuchel moaning about being bored, not enjoying being England manager.
Yeah.
A German man saying he's not enjoying being England manager. It kind of speaks volumes, doesn't it, to me?
Well, I'm pretty sure that international management's not a young man's game, is it? It's usually for the more experienced managers that are coming towards the end of their careers or whatever, because you just go and you're practically scouting, aren't you? You're going and watching a lot of football.
Yeah, you're not on the training pitch day to day.
And then turning up, and it's maybe for him when he's been at the clubs he has done, he's missing that day to day being on the training ground with the players, and it must be.
I bet his life's way hard.
But
I bet he's so stressed. I bet he's so tired.
Yeah. For the contract he's on, mate, I would manage England and the under-21s and the United. I might do it 16s and all. So yeah, I'm sure he's not liking it, but he's paid an awful lot of money to fucking like it, so we better win.
And then Jerry was moaning about the atmosphere at Wembley. He said in the second half all he could hear was the Welsh singing. What's your thoughts on that? I mean, do you watch the game? England. I'm going to assume it was very boring by the England players as well. So there's nothing. I firmly believe the players have the responsibility to get the crowd up.
Yeah,
not the way around.
I mean, for me, you're 3-0 up. The crowd does die down because there's no jeopardy in the game. Like most of the time,
it's a friendly.
It's a friendly. It doesn't really mean much. You've got 3 goals early on.
Yeah,
it's looking very comfortable. In second half, you'll probably get a lot of people thinking, "I let off early." Because it is a friendly, it doesn't matter. They're not going to come back into the game. They've not got the quality to come back and get 3 goals. So, why? Well, I don't know why it's a big shock.
Well, the thing is, his argument was because of how well we played in the first 20 minutes. Why was the atmosphere dead? Like a 20-minute period of a game doesn't dictate the atmosphere for the whole game, does it?
No, I mean, if it's a cup final and you're 3-0 up at half time, then you're probably going to have a party in second half.
You are going to,
You're not going to do that at a friendly in miserable weather against Wales. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
When your team's so far superior to the opposition.
Yeah, we could probably play a third-string team and it'd probably still be a similar result.
I reckon England...
No disrespect to Wales, by the way, because I do think when they get up for a game, they're up for it. But a friendly game, they're not going to be up for it. It's not.
I reckon the under-21s that won the Euros for England in the summer would probably beat beat that Welsh team.
Well,
I know that comes across as a very arrogant Englishman. And yeah, fuck it, why not? Come on, England. But I'm looking at that Welsh team. They had Ben Davies, who's past it now, hasn't he? I know he's still at Spurs.
He's the captain, mate. You better be careful.
Joe Rodon, he's Leeds United centre half, and I'm pretty sure as soon as Leeds stay in the Premier League a bit longer, he won't be Leeds United centre half for much longer. If an Ampadu, he's a good player, but the England midfield, the England 21 midfield's not bad. Brennan Johnson's decent. If a more, plays for Wrexham.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Did you see Bellamy's comments about when they were speaking about how he was going to approach the game? And he said, like, "Oh, we'll go at England because if you sit back, you're just going to face a slow, painful death against great teams." It's like, all right, well, we'll just fucking kill you quickly in 20 minutes then.
Yeah,
it's just like
there's a reason why Latvia on Tuesday will put 10 men behind the ball.
Yeah, and otherwise it's going to be 5-6-0, mate,
and make it really frustrating. And only lose by 1 goal because goal difference to them in the qualifying campaigns are huge.
The thing is, Wales did try and press. They did, but the problem is like you say, the majority of that Welsh squad are mediocre Premier League players, and that's no dig at them. They're still good footballers and very good Championship footballers. That's the level of what Wales have to choose from. You're going up against the elite, and quite frankly, whenever they press, England just picked them off and broke the press, and there wasn't really much they could do about it because they're just too good.
Yeah, so I just want to talk about this whole how many times have you gone? How many times have you gone away? And you might be away at Hull, you might be away at Wednesday, you might be away at Bramall Lane, and you go, "Oh God, it's dead here." I can only hear us. You can only hear us singing.
Yeah, every ground, mate.
Yeah, people always you'll always see that idiot on Twitter will go, "Anfield's only noisy when they're winning or when they're singing, or you never walk alone." And it's like, yeah, because when they're just passing it around and it's 0-0 and they're not doing anything spectacular, you're not getting up for it.
But it's a different attitude when you go to an away game, isn't it? Because you're
in enemy territory. You've had more pints.
Yeah, and and you know that if you don't sing at all, you're not going to get heard because there's obviously the majority of fans here for the home team, and you sort of hope, don't you, as the away fan, that you can give them that extra boost today, even though you've only took 700.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of times I've seen it, I can remember when they were cruising in League One. Again, might be 3 or 4 up against Forest Green Rovers. Hillsborough would be just completely flat. Of course it is. You're not going to get up for it, are you? At that point, there's nothing to get up for. And I do think, especially sometimes when you're losing, I do think it's the player's responsibility to get you to sing. You might always have that first 10, 15 minutes to go for it. But then if the team's not performing on the pitch after that first 10 minutes, you are going to just sit down and just wait.
Yeah. But like we've discussed before, we'll say it on here anyway, just for people. England's football fans are very different. England's football fans only get off the seat and cheer or do whatever when something happens and gets you off your seat. And I've seen a lot of foreign footballers basically appreciating that because when they beat their man...
When you say England football fans, you mean English fans?
Fans, sorry. Yeah, so English fans in the English... Not just England, sorry, yeah. In the English game in general... It's sort of like it's in the moment, isn't it, that they do something, they feel more appreciated because oh bloody hell, I've been actually recognised. Because I think when they play abroad and they're all banging the drum, facing the wrong way, doing whatever they're doing and just making a ridiculous amount of racket for the whole game, I think it maybe for the foreign players, I don't know, it masks it because they don't really hear the difference in
it's just white noise at that point then, isn't it?
And there's, especially at Hull City, there's quite a lot of the foreign players, especially the Turkish ones that have come over and have said that, that's what they really appreciate it, and they think, well, not that we are, because we're probably not, but because of when the noise is made, they feel like we sort of understand the game more. We're not just there to get pissed and just make loads of noise.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, boisterous chants have been taken out of the game, and rightly so, because you can't be singing racist remarks and homophobic chants and stuff. So boisterous chanting has been taken out of it, but that did generate a lot of atmosphere. growing up, it did. Neil Warnock, Christ, at Hillsborough, I heard some awful things. Right, but the atmosphere at the ground was great. So what do you want? It's like when people say like about Anfield, oh, it's quiet and it only comes to live in European nights. Yeah, because during the European nights, it's either a second leg and they're a goal down, or it's a quarter-final or semi-final. And when it's them sort of games, you are going to be up for it for the full 90 minutes because there's something riding on that game. When it's like midweek against Burnley and you're 4-3-0 up in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, but do you remember it wasn't the last game, but it was like last season when Arsenal went to Anfield and Arsenal had control of the game, and all of a sudden, I can't remember what the incident was.
Granit Xhaka, mate. It cost them the title, really. Granit Xhaka getting in Klopp's face, weren't it? About just on stroke of half time or something.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, Anfield, it incited the whole crowd, and Anfield took over and basically got Liverpool back in that game because the game just changed from that point on, and Anfield did not stop singing for the rest of the game. Like the crowd does have a massive impact. It does.
Yeah. But as like you said, rewatch the game and we react to what's happening on the pitch,
Yeah.
And a good tackle can sometimes change it and
galvanizes them,
lift the crowd. But unfortunately, that's slowly been taken out of the game. I've been listening to this Soccer M's crew, the OGs. They've done a new podcast, and they were talking about.
Obviously not as good as ours, but we'll be all right.
and they're basically saying like they need to bring tackling needs to get back in the game because they're saying last season it was Man United, Liverpool, and in the first half there wasn't one tackle. Like if you look at the stats, there's not one tackle; it's all interceptions and stuff.
It's because every tackle is a yellow card now,
and it's like, and you go, whoa, that's like one of the biggest derbies in the country.
Yeah.
Like not one tackle, and like you say. Are players are scared to go in for it these days? Because we've seen it.
I think a lot of it comes down to the fact of how many shit free kicks get given. And there's so much diving in the game, and I aren't talking about winning penalties all the time. I'm like, there's players built like a brick shithouse.
Well, Gabriel against Newcastle.
Yeah, with little push. Yeah. Tiny little. Wait
a push, mate. He just touched him on his arm, on his shoulder, and he went down. Yeah. Like wow. And you're like, Automata, luckily, still the goal stood. It was like.
Have you seen the size of Gabriel? If you went with a baseball bat, mate, he probably wouldn't move.
He's trying. Again, like you say, he's trying to. We're trying to get a foul there to. Get that goal out, chalked off, and it's.
How many games do you go to now when you watch it? And I know we speak about this a lot. But the pathetic whistle from the referee, because even he don't believe it. The massive player just flops on the ball and picks it up, and
you just know it's a foul, and you just say it's a foul. You go, it's a foul.
I get pissed off when my own players do it. It winds me up, and it's killing the game because now you're getting that like teams are basically wanting to do that intercepting part and not get into the game and it be any physicality in it at all, because if they do, they just give the opposition the ball back because those soft free kicks just get given over and over again.
Yeah, there was many a game when Wednesday were good under Carlos, and even Stuart Gray, to be fair. And if Sam Hutchinson made a blinding tackle, and we might have been like dog shit that first 25 minutes, but as soon as he does that big tackle, momentum just shifted because the crowd are suddenly up for it. Yeah. Fucking get in there,
I don't think Roy Keane
on Wednesday, and I think it just changes the atmosphere of the game. And
Roy Keane wouldn't finish a game in this era, would he?
Oh,
and that's not because he was dirty; it's just because he was extremely physical.
What gripes me more than anything now is the change to the rule where any challenge that's classed as dangerous is a yellow card, even if they win ball, because you've won ball. Like, if you go over and break the leg, then fair enough.
Yeah.
But if you've won the ball, there's very minimal contact.
And it's a 50-50.
Yeah, it's not a foul. Just let the play go on.
As long as your foot doesn't come up and then pushes down into the ball, where it's dangerous. But you see these, and even Sky going like he was showing his studs. It's a sliding tackle, dickhead. Where do you think his studs are?
Yeah.
They're at the bottom of his boot.
You've got to go in like a ballerina now, though. Arching leg and hooking it. It's just.
But they're not even like sharp studs anymore.
No,
like the molded little blade things now. It's not like they got them big 6 metal studs you had when we were growing up, and that did it.
half of the issue is they're running around in shin pads about this big. Have you seen them all? And even centre backs are wearing them.
I mean, I remember playing with big shin pads. I get kicked and it'd still hurt.
Yeah.
So like you just put in more jeopardy into the game. So then you've got to take the jeopardy out a different way. Just make him have to wear proper shin pads, and then you alleviate some of that. You can have these little bit more robust challenges. It's the whole point in shin pads.
Yeah. What, to protect the shins?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, mate, if anyone can get fouled anyway, they always hold the shin or their ankle, don't they? Regardless of where they've been kicked.
If I was a referee, and they always hold like, they always lay down and they always hold like side of the leg, and the hands like just like sort of like just on the leg, not pressing it, and then they always have a hand on the face like that.
Yeah. Watch replays done this too.
You're not in pain. You're not in any pain. Because if you're in pain, the natural body reaction is to put pressure on it, innit? Or rub it, or something like that to get some blood to it, or to rub it better. Anything in your brain just to make it feel, to alleviate that pain.
Whenever I got studded, I'd jump up, bouncing around like,
yeah, because it actually hurt.
And start swearing. Yeah. It's just hilarious, isn't it? And I think a couple of those things we just spoke about is the reason why the atmosphere in the grounds aren't as, ultras as what the abroad have it. But like you said, the ultras sing regardless. They don't even watch the game. They don't react to the game. They just keep singing for 90 minutes. That's it.
Exactly.
Which, in a way, is that support? I don't know.
Well, I don't think the players recognise it, do they? That in certain moments they're not. I think it does matter in games when there is an increase in intensity from the crowd as well. That's what gives you the lift, doesn't it, in the moment?
Yeah, when you're really putting the pressure on.
Or all of a sudden you've just like, you're getting behind your team because your centre back's just won 3 headers in a row. It doesn't matter, does it? It's in those moments when all of a sudden it lifts players. Like you said earlier, I think, I haven't played in it, but I can only imagine that playing where there's racket all game just becomes white noise to the players, and they just maybe, I don't know, maybe it's not as much as an issue as what they're making it out to be.
Yeah, they make out they play too many games, but shoot on friendlies in left, right, and centre and all.
We've got another international race to look forward to in, what is it, 4 weeks?
No, what?
November. Yeah, there's another one in November.
Oh Christ!
September, October, November.
I thought this was it till March now.
No, I had a look and said something like 14th, the weekend of, I think 14th, 15th, 16th, that Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's a big gap. And
is it qualifiers again, or is it bloody?
I've not even looked. It just, they always disappoint me.
Just the thought of reading it being back again is depressing you enough.
Luckily, it's my mother's birthday, so I won't even. I won't be paying much attention anyway. So
it's two qualifiers, but I think England will be. They might as well be friendlies. England will be firmly qualified because it's match day 9 and 10. So they are pretty much qualifiers. I mean, friendlies. But like you say, like.
And then next year we've got a lovely. Is it a 2 or 3 week international break?
An extended one, isn't it? They've combined the September and they've combined the September and the October one, haven't they? There's like a super break.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, I would much rather them take a decent break and just cram in as many international games as you can and get rid of them, so we can just get on with the league.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, there's not more annoying than getting stifled. Like, you've got teams who are on a bit of a roll, and then they go, all right, we're stopping for a week.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Like,
you see it a lot, don't you?
It must be bad for like teams, especially if you teams who are down there. And it's like, right, we're going to might finally get a win. Because you're not playing now for 2 weeks. That momentum's just gone.
I think Wolves are going to struggle from it as well because they've had 2 good games back to back where they probably could have got a win, and now they've had like, we get another week to wait now, and then it just feels like there's too many. Like, I remember when we had like 1 in October a few years ago, and that were it, and now there's 3.
I am certain that in the glory days before the Premier League, the England game was just midweek, so your team played the Saturday,
Yeah, on the
England,
Wednesday night. Yeah.
Wednesday night England. Then the club game is again on Saturday.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't think anyone moaned about it then. You know, again, he's just money making crap in it. Honestly. Right, and I thought this was going to be a short one. We've gone on for 40 minutes there talking about fucking England.
Yeah, we say we don't watch it, but we're all just super pissed off, so we're going to tell you anyway.
We don't watch it. We don't watch it, and we don't enjoy it. Here we are. We're so passionate about it. We've got loads of opinion back.
But here's my opinion for 40 minutes.
Let's go. You know what? We'll save this topic. We're going to do who do you think the best player in the world is, and we'll sort it. We will have a short episode. We'll end on a quiz. And then we'll call it a day. We'll leave it at 45 minutes this week. England versus Wales. We played them in the European Championships way back when in 2016, which is nearly 10 years ago.
Wow.
That was the tournament. Wales got to the semi-final, and England got dumped out by Iceland.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure you can remember was an awful game of football.
Yeah, they were bloody using that effective long throw, mate. Maybe that was it.
Who are the Trailblazers?
Roy the boy was not doing anything with that England squad. Both teams. England played Wales in the group stage. Name the starting 11 and the subs for both teams if you want. I'll give you 30 seconds. I can go first. We'll do alphabetical Claude.
Gareth Bale.
Gareth Bale was the scorer for Wales. Well, I'm glad you picked a Welshman over an English person first. You fucking traitor.
I remember he scored, so I went with that.
By the way, for me, he was just
unbelievable.
One of the best players. He's the best player the United Kingdom's ever produced. I'll tell you that. For me, unbelievable. And he was so close. You're Messi and Ronaldo. I really do think he was that good. The fact that the stories coming out about in trading, he could do everything Ronaldo could do. So they chose not to pass to him during games. Yeah, for Real Madrid was a joke, especially when he won them 2 Champions League finals and stuff like that.
That overhead kick was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Yeah, weren't it, Joe? Great overhead kick, weren't it?
Oh yeah, Joe. No. Yeah. Sorry, Joe.
Right, I'm off. No, it were an unbelievable goal. A disaster class by Karius that day, and that really did dampen my spirits. But I think I ended up having about 15 pints to numb myself, so it was all right.
Go on, you pick a player. Pick a player, Joe.
I'm guessing it'll be around that time. Joe Allen, he were playing then.
You know about Welshman? Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
What's going on? Yes, Joe Allen played.
Yeah, good.
Probably played for Liverpool at the time as well, I imagine. Go on, Ben.
Jordan Henderson. Was he in?
Oh, he was on the bench. He didn't play.
Oh, bloody hell.
He was that young.
That time, Sterling.
Sterling, yeah. Got subbed off.
Aaron Ramsey.
Yeah, Ramsey played. Player he was when he was fit.
Should never have gone to Juventus.
No.
Kane.
Kane started. Yeah. Didn't score them.
Oh,
Just shows how long Harry Kane's been around.
No, it was a goalkeeper. It weren't bloody. Was it? Oh, bloody hell. It can't be. I don't know who it was.
I don't go for it.
It was. I don't know. Well, Kyle Walker, was he still playing then?
Kyle Walker were playing, yeah.
Yeah.
John Stones. He'd have still been
Ooh.
knocking around.
John Stones on the bench. He didn't play.
Bloody hell. Luke Shaw?
No.
Am I out?
You're out, pal. But he was probably injured. Usually, isn't he?
I'll try and round it off with Joe Hart. I'm guessing.
Joe Hart was the goalkeeper. He was the goalkeeper. Well done.
Who would go on? Tell me, who did they have at left back England?
Danny Rose.
Danny Rose. Bloody hell.
No wonder we lost.
Yeah, the back four's improved a bit because the back four against Wales the other night was quite good, I thought. So they've gone from Kyle Walker, Gary Cahill, Chris Smalling, Danny Rose to Konza, John Stones, Gay, and Spence, and that was like a weak back four for England against Wales.
We
always had a problem though, didn't we, for like 10 years at centre back? They're always okay, never just that step up.
The midfield was Dele Alli, Eric Dyer, Wayne Rooney.
Wow.
Do you know what? You could have probably given me about 300 guesses, and that would not have been wheelhouse.
I forgot how good Dele Alli actually was at one point. He's been that shit for that long.
I know. He's only 29 now.
Retired, hasn't he now?
Has he still not got a club? Yeah.
Got released by Como, didn't he? I think he just retired after that. It was such a weird drop off though, because it was literally overnight.
Yeah.
Phenomenal season, then just went, I can't play anymore.
Yeah, I mean there was a period when Spurs signed him from MK Dons, and then they loaned him back for that second half of the season to MK Dons. I don't think anyone expected him to start for Spurs the season after.
No.
He got 3 consecutive seasons. He got like nearly 20 goals a season from midfield.
When he was playing in 10 just behind Kane, he were absolutely phenomenal, wasn't he?
And that was it. And it just went, like you said, at age 24, it just like fell apart. Crazy. The person else who else started was Adam Lallana.
Oh, wow. That's a bad team.
There's no wonder we fucking went out.
Even to Iceland. I'd have took Iceland started 11 over that.
I mean, the people who scored the goals for us was Jamie Vardy and Sturridge who came on, and Rashford. Look at that, 3 subs, quality that back in the day.
Yeah.
3 subs.
Now you can swap your entire team now.
Now you just get, what is it, like 3 tactical ones? Well,
yeah,
2 actual subs.
It's 3 windows, isn't it? You get now 3 windows. But
3 windows to make 5 subs, unless you get a head injury. Then you get a 6th sub, unless it goes to extra time. Then you get another sub.
7th.
Yeah,
I know. And more.
And then big managers make no subs and then complain everyone's knackered.
I know.
I don't know why everyone's tired. I made 5 subs last game. Yeah, but it were in 89th minute.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why
centre backs Andrew.
I mean, look at the rest of the squad's poor. I mean, the players who came on are Vardy, Sturridge, Rashford, and then you got Milner who didn't get on. I mean, you think, God. I mean, Klopp didn't get hold of him by then. I don't think. Klein, Forster, Henderson, John Stones, Wilshere, Barkley, Bertrand, Heaton was the players who didn't make it.
Not great. Bertrand.
It's not great, is
Southampton heavy squad, that one, weren't it?
Yeah. Right, and lads, I had no enthusiasm for this podcast tonight, I'll be honest. And I've really enjoyed that. I've really enjoyed it.
Not better than having a moan about English football.
Yeah, just proves that we can definitely fill an hour of talking about football.
Yeah,
regardless of what the topic is.
Who have Hull got on this weekend coming up, Ben?
Birmingham, mate. And I do usually travel away, but due to their prices, I absolutely refuse.
It was Liverpool got you? Oh, it's Man United, isn't it?
Yeah, Liverpool United on Sunday.
Yeah, unfortunately, Birmingham wasn't even a cheap price for Elliot. We were both practically the same amount. I think Elliot was about £3 cheaper, and he's 10.
Wow.
So, and it was around. I think it was £40 each, and you got to travel. It's bloody expensive. No Championship club should be charging that.
No.
And when they come to Hull, they'll have to pay £20.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that people, when you get other, sometimes people who might not have children and still live at home and stuff, and they might go, "Oh, you don't go away to away games." Like, no, mate, it's fucking expensive, pal.
Yeah. But I'm not stingy and I'm not tight in any way at all. I've took my son to Plymouth away twice. We'll travel, but I just think out of principle, I will not pay that amount of money to a football club. No chance. Yeah. Premier League now, lads.
When's he got Charlton away?
Oh.
And then 4 days later, the Tuesday night, live on Sky. Apparently, it's going to be a full boycott, so we'll see against Middlesbrough. So we'll see. That could be interesting.
Yeah. Isn't there another one planned for, is it Bristol City or something?
No, I got my red team mixed up.
Right.
I said Bristol last week, but I meant Middlesbrough. It might be easier to do it on a Tuesday night, but I think it'd be more impactful if it was a Saturday. So we'll see what happens.
Should just be every game.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Just get him out that way, starve him.
Alan Biggs, he does report for TalkSport on the Sheffield Star. I did mention Mike Ashley's name this week, so I think the independent regulator is now official. I think maybe he's finally gone, shit, I'm gonna have to sell it. I'm just gonna have to sell it.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is one man who's not going to buy that club for more than it's worth, and that's Mike Ashley.
No.
So he is a very shrewd businessman and will not be mugged off, will he, by Chansiri holding out for 70 million quid?
No, Texter made a comment. He said that 3 or 4 people are trying to buy it, but he said it's a very difficult sale at the moment because you've got to speak to the league, because the league have made it really hard to buy it, because if you buy it, you've got both hands tied behind your back. And any new owner don't want that. They see it as, well, that's not my fault. He did it all. So I think there's a lot of negotiations behind the scenes going, look, if you do buy this football club, you're going to have to drop all them embargoes.
Yeah.
Or at least allow us to sign players.
They've got to at least let you sign
free transfers and loans.
Free transfers and loans and pay fees. They've got to let you do that, because yes, they have to put some restrictions on you, but they can't completely hold the club to ransom. And regardless of who buys it now, you've just got 18 months of not being able to do anything.
Yeah, because why would you buy it?
No, you won't. You'll just, I'll buy you when you're in League Two, then I'll bring you back.
Yeah. There might not be a club to buy.
Yeah, there might not be a club buy then, unfortunately. But no, I don't care how rich these people are. No one's that stupid to buy it for what Chansiri is asking for.
No, I completely agree. Anyway, thank you very much, lads.
Yep, thank you, mate.
Pleasure as always.
Bye bye.
See you later.
Right.